Hello, my name is Scott Bauknight, Manager of Retention here at VectorVest, and I want to thank you for joining us for tonight's special presentation. Today we're going to discuss getting started with VectorVest. Here at VectorVest, we believe that every customer should have a portfolio that just keeps making money. The purpose of this training is to show you just how easy it is to get started. I'm going to take us right over into the software. There's a flow to how VectorVest helps you to become a more successful investor or trader. That flow starts on our welcome page. We encourage all of our customers to take some time to go through these tutorials because these are the essential building blocks to constructing a winning portfolio. The first tutorial, Build a Watch List, is going to help you to understand the VectorVest method of analysis, sorting, and ranking your stocks. The second tutorial, Read the Graphs, is going to help you to make critical decisions on what stocks to keep and what stocks to potentially sell from your portfolio. The third tutorial, Heat the Color Guard, is what we want you to do before you make any decision to get into the market. We want you to follow our expert guidance on market direction so that you can improve your chances of success. We're going to start today by creating a watch list of stocks. To create a watch list, we simply need to click on our Viewers tab. Once you're on the Viewers tab, you'll notice that there are two sections on the left side of your screen. There's a Viewers section as well as a Watch List section. We're going to create a new watch list by right-clicking the yellow folder that's titled My Watch List. When I right-click, I'm going to get two choices. The first choice is New Group. The second choice is New Watch List. I'm going to select New Watch List. Once your new watch list window appears, I can now type in the name that I want to give my watch list. I'm going to name this My Stocks just to keep it simple. Once I've given it a name, all I have to do is click on Add and it'll create my new watch list. We notice that we have a window here that has no stocks in it. To add new stocks to our watch list, all we have to do is click in our box here that says Add Symbols and separate each symbol with a comma. I'm going to add some symbols here. To get the symbols to populate on the page, all you have to do is press the Enter key on your keyboard or click the Add button on the right side of that Add Symbols box. We notice now we have all of our stocks on our screen. Now if you don't know the symbol of the company that you want to add, all you have to do is start typing the name of the company. For example, if I wanted to add Sears Holdings to this list, all I have to do is start typing in the name for Sears. It's going to give me a list of choices. Once I see my selection, all I have to do is single click it. And that's going to add that stock to the list. Anytime you create a watch list, it's going to automatically sort your stocks by our master indicator, VST. VST combines both fundamental and technicals and push the stocks with the best combination of the two to the top of the page. Stocks that have poor combination of fundamental and technical analysis will be pushed to the bottom. When analyzing your stocks, you want to be very familiar with VectorVest core analysis. Our core analysis is always going to begin with our value column. Value is going to give you an idea of what this stock is presently worth. Anytime you're purchasing a stock, or if you own a stock, you would always like to see the stock's price below the value. If the price is below the value, that means that you have this stock while it's at a discounted price. Next, you want to evaluate the stock's relative value, the RV column. The RV is going to give you the long-term price appreciation potential compared to a safe investment like a AAA bond. Anytime you have a stock in your portfolio, you want to make sure that that stock has the ability or the potential to grow in price. Next, we have our relative safety. RS is the consistency and predictability of the company's financial performance. This indicator is extremely important because it gives you the most information about the stock's fundamental past. Stocks that have high relative safety numbers are often going to be companies that consistently make money in their earnings quarter over quarter and year over year. There's an old adage that money goes where money grows. You'll often find that stocks that have high relative safety numbers will continue to grow in price over the long term. Next, we have our relative timing. Relative timing is the short-term price trend of the stock. If the RT is greater than 1, we can always assume that the stock is in a current bullish trend. The VST is actually the combination of all three of those indicators. It actually combines the power of fundamental analysis with the intelligence of technical analysis. Next, we have our recommendation. Every stock in VectorVest is going to get either a buy, hold, or sell recommendation every single day. The buy, hold, and sell recommendation is going to let you know whether the most recent trend on this stock is actually favorable or if it's unfavorable at a glance. What we're going to do next is we're going to compare high VST stocks to low VST stocks. To get a comparison, we want to look at this information on a graph. Right-clicking a stock is the best way to begin your analysis on any stock that you have on your watch list. It gives you a lot of different choices. If I right-click on the first stock here, I have a lot of choices and things that I can do. I can view the news, I can get a full stock analysis report, I can even view that stock's individual history. What we're going to do for the time being, however, is we're going to pull up a graph of this stock. Stocks that have high VST ratings often have very favorable price and earnings patterns. When we're looking at our current chart, we have our price up here at the top, and currently we have our RT at the bottom. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the RT, and I'm going to add earnings per share to my chart. Whenever you're holding a high VST stock, most often you'll find that the price and earnings patterns always begin in the bottom left and end in the upper right. Dr. DeLito has said on numerous occasions that earnings are the engine that drives stock prices. Where you would find climbing earnings, you would also find a climbing price. Let's close our graph here and take a look at a low VST stock in contrast to this high VST stock. I'm going to go close this graph up here in the upper right corner, and now I'm going to right click on our bottom stock. I'm going to also select View Stock Graph. Looking at this low VST stock, it's almost the mirror opposite of a high VST stock. As we can see, the price starts in the upper right and finishes in the bottom left. We also have an earnings per share that's following the same pattern. We often find that stocks that are low in VST are often more volatile and more speculative in nature as well. These stocks are often going to be more unpredictable. It's harder for you to make the determination of whether you should hold on to a stock if it's hardly ever moving in the right direction. Let's close out of our graph and go back to our watch list. Another valuable asset of our watch list is its ability to help you determine what kind of portfolio you've put together. VectorVest will take every indicator and average them together at the bottom of your watch list. This is important to know because even though you may not think about it, your portfolio's performance is a culmination of all of your stock's data working together. What you want to know is whether or not that data is working to improve your portfolio or if it's working to hurt your portfolio. Just by using our fundamental indicators of RV and RS, we can determine exactly what kind of portfolio we've put together. If I look down at the bottom of my screen here, I'll notice that I have an RV of 1.33 and an RS of 1.09. This would mean that I've put together a more prudent portfolio. Prudent stocks typically have strong financial performance as well as strong stock price performance. But there's more than one way to skin a cat. We have 4 different ways that we analyze all stocks and categorize them. To find this information, just go up to our Views tab, and over on the left side of our screen, we're going to select Special Reports. On the Special Reports list, you'll notice that we have an item here titled Strategic Investment Matrix. If I double click, that report will appear. The Strategic Investment Matrix, in my opinion, is one of the most important special reports that you can read in the program. This is going to tell you exactly what type of stocks you're putting in your portfolio and whether or not that portfolio is going to align with your investment thought process. There are 4 types of investors that you'll find on this special report. If I scroll down, you'll notice there is a prudent investor, an aggressive investor, conservative investor, and a speculative investor. To make it easy for you, I'm going to sum this information up so that we only have to look at our relative value and relative safety indicators. Prudent stocks are going to be categorized in our software as having a high relative value and a high relative safety. Aggressive stocks in our database are going to have high relative value and low relative safety. Stocks that are conservative will have a low relative value and a high relative safety, and stocks that are speculative are going to be low in both. Now that we know exactly what type of stocks we have in our software and how to analyze those stocks and determine which stocks are which, let's go back to our watch list and we can actually analyze our portfolio to see exactly what kind of portfolio we've put together. I'm going to click on our Viewers tab back at the top, and that's going to take us back to our watch list. As we mentioned before, the watch list that we've put together right now is going to be classified as being more prudent because the RV and the RS are both greater than 1. The more stocks you have in your portfolio that coincide with your investment style, the easier it's going to be for you to manage your stocks. Once you know what kind of stocks you have in your portfolio, you need to know if those stocks are trending in the right direction. We make this extremely simple for you because all you have to do is click on our RT column. When I single left click RT, it's going to push the stocks with the highest RTs to the top of the list and the lowest RTs at the bottom. Your problem children are always going to be at the bottom of your list, and this is where you want to start weeding your portfolio. As we can see, Sears Holding is back at the bottom of our list. It's a two-time loser. Let's right click on Sears Holdings and take a look at its graph once again. The second tutorial on our welcome page will discuss 4 tips that you can use to help you determine whether a stock should be in your portfolio or whether you should consider selling it. The first tool that you can look at is a 40-day moving average. If the price has fallen below the 40-day moving average, you might want to consider getting rid of this stock. Once the price falls below the 40-day moving average, that should at least raise a red flag to let you know that this stock is no longer moving in the right direction. The next thing that you can use is our buy, hold, and sell recommendations. If you ever find that your graph doesn't have the buy, hold, and sell recommendations on it, if you look at the bottom of your screen, you'll notice you have a button that's titled REC. When I click on the REC, the buy, hold, and sell recommendations now appear above the stock's price. Once your stock has fallen into a sell recommendation, this is where you want to consider letting the stock go. It's moving against you too much. This is our line in the sand. The next indicator that you can use is our RT. I'm going to check the RT over here on the right side of the screen, and I'm going to uncheck the earnings per share. Once the stock price has fallen below the 1.0 line on RT, this is going to let you know that the trend of this stock is no longer bullish. The RT on this stock dropped below 1 on May 31st of 2018 and hasn't looked back since. The intelligence of the RT is telling us that this stock is losing momentum and continuing to fall in price. We shouldn't want to continue to hold this stock if it's hurting our portfolio. Last but not least, of course, is our earnings per share. If I check the earnings per share here and I uncheck the RT, clearly seeing that the earnings per share on this stock is falling. If money goes where money grows and people are willing to invest in stocks that have rising earnings, you can always bet that people are going to be willing to sell stocks with falling earnings. As we can see, that was probably a heavy contributor to why this stock no longer wanted to go up. Let's close our graph and go back to our watch list. Once you have completed the work on what to sell, you can now begin to think about what to buy. But before you do that, you need to know if now is the right time. Let's go over to our home page and take a look at what our market timing is telling us about the market's current condition. To get to our home page, I just click on the Home tab. The home page is designed to read like the front page of a newspaper where market timing is the headline story. We believe in keeping it simple and letting the trend be our friend. The VectorVest mantra is to buy safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price in a rising market. Whenever you're in doubt and don't know what direction the market is moving, all you have to do is look at our color guard and our market timing gauge. Just by reading the market timing gauge, you can always get our guidance about whether you should be buying stocks in the present market. As it says right now, the color guard is somewhat bearish. VectorVest does not advocate buying any stocks at this time. Anytime you read that guidance on our home page, what we're telling you is that it's a waste of time for you to try to go find out what stocks you need to buy. However, if we do say that it's okay to buy stocks in this window, we also suggest that you look at the price column and look for a green light on the most recent day. This is a surefire way of knowing that the market's direction is now bullish, and you can buy with a fair amount of confidence that your stocks will move in the direction that you expect them to. There are a lot of other parameters to analyze when looking at the color guard. We have our price, RT, BSR, MTI, trend, and call columns. We don't want you to take the time to try to figure out what these columns mean. Every night we create a report that's about 15 minutes long that's going to tell you exactly how we come up with these indicators and how important they are to the success of your trading. If we scroll down our page here, we'll see our daily color guard report. This color guard report is filled with information that's essential to your success. You're never going to hear our opinion about what's happening in the market, but you'll always hear our interpretation of what the market's data is truly telling us. Let's scroll back up to the top and look at what our market is telling us for today. Looking at our market timing information, clearly we know that we're saying that it's not okay to buy stocks right now. But what if we were? Where would I go in VectorVest to find the best stocks to put in my portfolio? Well, you don't have to go far at all. A lot of the information that you need to find the right stocks to put in your portfolio are right here on our home page. As you know, one of the best practices when trying to find good stocks to buy is to buy stocks that are rising in rising industries. Right here on our homepage, just below our color guard, we can see that we have our top RT industries. As we mentioned before, RT is going to be the indicator that lets you know what direction things are moving. The industry that's at the top of the list right now, as we can see, is our ETF short group. If you're ever trying to find anything that's going up when the market's going down, this will give you a list of ETFs that'll help you make money during the market's downturn. To find the ETFs that are within this industry, all I have to do is right click. It's going to give me a same drop-down window, and all I have to do is select View Stocks in Industry Group. When I select this indicator, it's going to give me a list of all of the stocks that comprise that specific industry. Another great place to look on your homepage to find stocks that you might want to put in your portfolio is just on the left side of the homepage. You'll notice that we have a gadget here that's titled Top VST Stocks. This will give you the top VST stocks that appear in our stock viewer. The stock viewer always sorts and ranks every stock in our database by our VST indicator, and always pushing the stocks that have the best combination of fundamentals and technicals in the entire software to the top of the list. The beauty of this list is that no matter what's going on in the market, it'll always push the best performing stocks right to the top. With the current downturn that we've been having in our market, we can see that our top VST stocks are a list of contra ETFs. These contra ETFs are designed to go up when the market is going down. With the market being down over 464 points today, we can see that our top ETF made over 11%. How powerful is that? It's right here on your homepage. To get a more extensive look of all of the stocks that are in the stock viewer, we just have to go to our Viewers tab. Once we're back on our Viewers tab, if I wanted to get a more extensive view of the top VST stocks, all I have to do is select the stock viewer over on the left side of the screen. This is going to present me with all of the stocks in our database in VST order. As we mentioned before, the top VST stocks are going to bring together the stocks with the best combination of fundamental and technical analysis. So this screen will always demonstrate the best performing stocks in the market at any given time. The ability of VectorVest to sort, rank, and analyze your stocks will always present you with a great list of stocks depending on how you intend to invest. For example, if I wanted to be more conservative or more prudent and was looking for safer stocks to invest in, all I have to do is single left click on our RS column and push the safest stocks in our database to the top of our list. You'll also notice on the left side of the screen, we have a ton of different watch lists that we can choose as well. The cherry picking watch list will contain our Midas Touch watch list. This is going to be a list of stocks that are actually more active in our market. These are some of the most explosive stocks that you'll find trading in the market today. If you're looking for more conservative positions, you might want to select our dividend payers. The dividend payers will give you a list of watch lists that you can use to find stocks that are going to pay decent dividends and have been doing so for a long time. The stock market throws a lot of information at us every single day. It's up to us to determine what of that information is useful and what of that information is useless. The beauty of VectorVest is that it's designed to conduct a factual, objective analysis of that stock data and transform it into guidance and information, not just giving you information that you can't use. We hope that tonight you've learned how to get started using VectorVest. If you're ever in a situation where you're having trouble, we want you to feel free to contact us on our toll-free number. We can be reached at 888-658-7638. I want to say thank you for taking the time to join us for tonight's special presentation, and happy investing.